Let's learn how to set up the game Alpine Trails. To begin with, you'll need to know how many players you're going to play with. We'll count out the right number of tiles according to the number of players, and the table for that information is found at the beginning of the rulebook. We're going to set up a two-player game today, so we'll need 64 tiles, which I've already counted out. We're going to grab those random tiles and put them in the bag. The rest of these tiles aren't going to be used in the game, so we'll just put them back in the box. Now put the bag full of random tiles there in the middle of the table within reach of everybody. Next, we'll give each player their starting pieces. Every player will get their own base camp tile, which are these larger tiles. You'll notice that the icons are different on each tile. That doesn't really matter. There's no real advantage one way or another. So just randomly assign one to each player and put that in front of them. You'll also give each player a random bonus card. You'll see that these have different ways of scoring on them, and each player will get their own. You'll keep that private. No one else needs to see it, but you can look at it. And that's what each player gets to start with. Now we're ready to set up the pieces that are shared in the middle of the table. We'll start with the animal card. This is just a large card that has the 4 different terrain types on it and a little animal shape. You'll put the animals there next to or on top of the terrain type that they belong to within reach of all players. We're also going to put waterfall tiles and campsite tiles out in the middle of the table. Now there's a lot of these tiles. You can make different stacks around the table so everyone can reach. Do note that the backside of the campsites and the waterfalls are the same. They're both lakes. So you will have to have the tiles right side up to tell them apart. Next to those, we'll put some signposts and the tent pieces. You'll use all of those pieces, and those will need to be within reach of all the players. This is the basic setup for 2 players. We're ready to play Alpine Trails.